So for San Diegans, when you think of wine country, I'm willing to bet that the first thing that comes to mind is Temecula. But if you're a wine lover and a foodie, there's a 5-star culinary experience awaiting you just outside of Escondido. This is my first time in Valley Center, and I've never been to this winery before, so thank you so much for bringing me here. Why did you choose this place today, Kip?
This particular winery was developed from the ground up from a really close friend of mine, Michael Schimpf, and we have his daughter-in-law with us today, who is the wine tasting room manager. She's going to tell us all about the amazing wines, a little bit about the area, and a little bit about what Hilltop Winery and Hilltop Ranch has to offer.
Perfect. What's going on here, Liz?
Sounds good. Well, Valley Center is a small knit community. I think that's what makes it so great, is that everybody supports everybody. So the winery, they started in 2006, first opened our tasting room doors in 2013. And it's one of the few wineries in the area. So Mike really had a vision of developing the wine industry in this area because it's not well known. And San Diego produced some of the very first grapevines before the Prohibition. So such a great way to bring it full circle is to bring Valley Center back to vineyards and grapevines. So
that's a really cool point, because I don't know about you guys, I never knew that San Diego was sort of this maybe wine mecca before the Prohibition.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool fun
Yeah,
fact.
it's really neat. And I think what's amazing about this particular area is that Michael came into Valley Center when it was really avocado fields, citrus, and ranches. And he came here to retire. And I know Mike well enough that retire in his mind means that he's going to reinvent himself.
Sure.
Being a real estate developer, he's developed stuff all over the country. He came here and he kind of thought, well, what am I going to do with these 30 acres? And here we have it. It's pretty amazing.
What kind of wines do you guys have? How many grapes do you grow? What's all the details?
So we have 30 acres here on the property and about 17 acres planted total with 10 different varietals. So we started with Cabernet and Merlot, which are Mike's two favorites, and we did that first and we blended them and did them on their own, and then we expanded our varietals based on that to kind of test the soil in the area. We didn't really know what was going to grow well here. Our oldest vines are 11 years old this year, which is our Cabernet and our Merlot. And we just won a double gold medal last year for our 2014 cab. So that was really rewarding.
So I guess from the trial and error, you've maybe actually figured it out a little bit.
Definitely. I think the one thing about Mike is that his attention to detail is very impressive. So he spares no expense when it comes to making high quality wine. It's not necessarily about quantity, but it's about quality, and you can see that when you taste the wine and you see the winemaking building and the tasting room. You can definitely tell the difference.
Well, this space is absolutely beautiful. Are there other types of things people can do when they come here aside from just drinking the amazing wine?
Yeah, so we have events that we do throughout the year, a harvest festival, which is pretty normal, and we have a great wine club, so we have over 250 wine club members. So we'll throw quarterly wine club parties for them where they can come, taste the wine, listen to live music. In the summer, we're open later, so it just creates a cool atmosphere to come watch the sunset, drink wine. The view is very impressive, so something to not be missed.
Absolutely. I kind of wanted to join that wine club here, get in on that. So some other events too, weddings perhaps? People come here, parties, birthday parties, or anything?
So anything from bridal showers to birthday parties, anniversaries. We do a lot of smaller events, and then we also do big weddings as well. So that hasn't been anything new, but we have a beautiful little private pond with a waterfall that creates the perfect setting for a wedding.
Kip, you also mentioned that Mike has done a lot with real estate and developing in addition to this property. What kind of things has he done to expand?
Well, one of the things I think that's so unique about the winery and the ranch here is that Mike kind of had that secondary vision of, how do we bring the real estate element into and creating a lifestyle experience around the winery. And so Michael took 12 properties next door and developed 12 single-family residences that are absolutely amazing. They're about 3,800 feet on 2 to 4 acres. And what really makes it unique is that majority of the landscaping is wine. It's wine grapes. And so they're able to harvest that and add that to the winery. And it really creates an incredible experience for anybody that's kind of looking for a more rural environment to live, but also you're close enough to all the amenities that San Diego has to offer.
Definitely. What types of people do you think would want to come to live here and maybe live on that property as well?
I mean, the property you can pretty much do anything with. Like he said, there is grapevines planted on a lot of the properties next door, so we will buy those grapes back or make wine for the homeowners, which is awesome that they can be a part of the winery in that way. But you can really add whatever you want. So a lot of people have put in pools, have horses next door. So, you know, single family, you know, you have a lot of space. It's all on one level, so it's very open. So I think, you know, younger families, even older retired couples, you know, it's kind of best of both worlds. You have a quiet community in a safe neighborhood.
2 to 4 acres, it's hard to get that type of space and land in the city.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, when you look at North County, San Diego, there's not a lot of opportunities to do that without having it be $4, $5, $6, $10 million. What's amazing about this area is it's in a huge redevelopment. There's a lot of new development coming on, both residential and commercial. So Valley Center is really changing, and it's probably becoming one of the most dynamic neighborhoods in all of San Diego County. And when you see that, there's a great opportunity for people to come in and actually be on the ground floor. It's truly a special place.
Yeah, I love that. So we might actually see some changes maybe in 5 years from now with people knowing about Valley Center and coming here and bringing their families. Liz, I just want to ask you, because I imagine when people come here and they drink wine, they start to get a little hungry. So what's the food situation around here?
Sounds good. Well, we just built our brand new tasting room in last August is when we moved in. And we added food during that time because we knew everybody gets hungry when they drink, right? And they're only gonna wanna hang out longer if you have food. So we added a gourmet food kitchen. We have a full menu, including appetizers and entrees, where people can come and snack while they're wine tasting or have a full dinner, which has been a great addition. Valley Center has very few restaurants, so it's been a great addition to the area, and we've only received some awesome feedback. We try to just source local vendors to keep it as farm to table as possible, and that's what makes us unique, is that you'll see items on the menu that aren't just Mexican or Italian. It's kind of a little bit of everything, and I think that sets us apart a little bit.
Cool.
Well, and didn't Michael tell me that you guys have a wonderful executive chef?
We do,
on staff?
Yeah, he has a master's degree in culinary arts, so he's been a great addition for us, and you know, goes and mingles with the customers, and we listen to our customers, get feedback, and we try to improve and change based on that. You know, we don't have a set menu, it's seasonal, so it's not always the same. It's changing with the times and with people's interests, so.
Well,
Yeah.
and I love the fact that you created a kitchen that's mobile.
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm starving after hearing about all this gourmet food, so I think it's time that we blow off this TV crew and we finally eat some food and obviously drink some wine. What do you guys say?
I'm in.
Sounds great.